Hey, I'm just gonna say, right here, watch to your own discretion, but I would not recommend this video for children under the age of 18. So, type, you feel me? Uh, hey, you do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, you probably shouldn't watch this. This was streamed live on the True Monkey Twitch and YT. See you there if you want to go there. You know, it's not like I want you there or anything. Fuck. Okay, that was. Oh, all right. No, so just cut that out. Yo, what is up? It is your boy Monkey. We're watching some new video because honestly, by now I totally could have, should have played the game, but I'm scared that by the time I click the game, it's like, oh, cut the stream. We gotta go. Okay, so whatever.
Watching your favorite show and said,
Oh, today we're watching the horrifying world of I don't think I could say that word. Parodies. So yeah.
to yourself, what if they were fucking? Well, I got some good news and I got
I've thought about that a lot. I'm geeking out. I'm sorry.
is that you're going to hell. But the good news is that there are cinematic masterpieces ready to fill your needs. Porn parodies. You thought parodies were only for popular songs on 2014 YouTube? Nope, the porn industry knows what people want and have been making parodies of popular franchises for years now. In fact, the earliest known film in this genre is a parody of Batman called Bat Pussy. Where's the clip? Back in those days, though, you had to wander into a dirty old theater or some adult film store to watch these masterpieces. But thanks to a little invention called the internet, you can now watch these in your dirty old home. Jordan Peterson said to clean your room, so get to it. Jordan Peterson's also probably having an aneurysm every time someone clicks on this video. But anyways, today we're going to look at a couple of these films and rate how well they actually function as parodies. What's up? It's your boy Brandon Abstract. So I came up with a rubric to grade all these to make sure that it's fair. I know college is just starting, so I dare someone to send
You know what? Okay, you know what? Ooh, okay. That's actually, he came up with a rubric. That's kind of fire. But I'm ignoring that. We're rating them from 1 to 10.
This is the professor and ask why the grading rubric is so weird. And if you're not old enough to be in college, get out of here. The adults are talking. So anyway.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not in college, but I'm old enough to be in college.
There are 3 categories I'm going to be grading them on. First is the overall feel, just how much it aesthetically matches the show. So we're going to be looking at things like costumes and sets and just the overall vibe of the film. Does it match the freak of the source material? Second, we're going to be looking at the storyline. Is the setup believable in the context of the looking at things like
does it match the freak of the original whatever.
Costumes and sets and just the overall vibe of the film? Does it match the freak of the source material? Second, we're going to be looking at the storyline. Is the setup believable in the context of the source material, or are they just getting straight to business? That is very important. And finally, since it's a parody, we're going to be looking at the overall humor of the film, since by definition, parodies are supposed to be comedic. Also, real quick, just wearing a costume does not count as a parody. They have to be actively trying to recreate the source material. So I guess my apologies to Purple Bitch. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get into our first piece of cinema.
What the fuck? What is that?
Quick, just wearing a costume does not count as a parody. They have to be actively trying to recreate the source material. So I guess my apologies to Purple Bitch.
What is that? Hold on, other hand. Somebody explain that! What is that? I did the research. Trust me. You don't want to know.
Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get into our first piece of cinema.
Okay, guessing SpongeBob Sandy. Just because of the picture right there. Guessing.
So we're going to start with a show that I imagine most of us grew up with, and that's SpongeBob. Unless you're my friend Alec, who did not like SpongeBob growing up. What the fuck is up with that dude? Anyways, this parody is called SpongeBob Square Nuts, so we're already off to a great start. The first thing that it opens with is a full-on
Yo, that's kind of fire. What the fuck?
Parody of the intro.
Ooh, lives in a vibrator under the sea.
Like, even down to what is visually in the opening, they really nail. It opens up with a pirate portrait with human lips transposed on top of it. It has SpongeBob hopping around with that ocean flower effect. Brother, they even got the talking fish. After that, we get our first shot.
Hey, they got that. Hey, they were trying, bro. They were trying. Hey, they're trying.
SpongeBob in his home going through a sequence which is really realistic to the show, but something's kind of off.
What a beautiful morning.
Oh my goodness!
This
My lord.
representation of SpongeBob is just horrifying. Like, I appreciate that they went all out on it, but I feel like they could have gotten the
That's
same thing done just by
evil.
painting the dude yellow and putting him in normal human clothes that look like SpongeBob's. Or at least take this costume and put a fake face over it instead of just leaving this guy's face hanging out there. While this might be some of the
That's evil.
greatest body horror I've ever seen in my life, I do think it's really fucking funny, and I'm glad they went with this direction.
You-
Sendo
So after that jump scare, SpongeBob goes through his morning routine, which is really accurate to the show.
Good morning, Bikini Bottom. Good morning, Pillow. Good morning, Bed. And good morning, good looking. You talking to me?
That's so disgusting.
Are you talking to me, punk?
Our actor then gives us his attempt at the SpongeBob laugh. Honestly,
Oh my God,
it's
stop
not
that.
that
Stop
bad.
that. Stop that. No, 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 no. That's horrible. That's actually bad. Oh, I can do it better. Like, bro, that is so bad. Okay, hold on, let me do it without the. I can't.
Better than what I expected
But
based
oh my God, that's bad. What the fuck?
on the costume. So now we're
That's
going to get into
horrific.
the main
That's
problem
horrific.
that's going to kick off this storyline.
So, SpongeBob, what are you going to do today? Well, gee, there's no Patrick. There's no Mr. Crab. There's no Squidward. Or Gary. I have no one to play
Where the fuck's Gary? That's the main problem. Where's Gary?
with.
SpongeBob has the day off, but he doesn't know what he's going to do. But the bigger problem is that there's no one to hang out with. So
Right.
what is SpongeBob to do?
So I guess I'll just have to play with myself.
Beautiful wording on that. So SpongeBob realizing that he's going to have to play with himself leads him down this existential crisis, with some bonus commentary on real-world issues.
What if I'm alone forever? Who will I play underwater cops and robbers with? I guess I'll just have to play underwater cops. But then, who will I aggressively question in underwater interrogation? Nobody, that's who!
But there is something even bigger that happens.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. See, like, if you're alone on Earth by yourself, legit, what is there to do? Genuinely, like, think about it. You're alone on Earth by yourself, right? So that means there's gonna be literally no Wi-Fi, nothing, right? Are you gonna be no electricity as well? Because everything's gonna shut down eventually. So that means you're just gonna throw a ball at a wall.
Against the wall, tennis ball throw it against the wall, bounce, 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 tennis ball throw it against the wall, tennis ball throw it against the wall, tennis ball throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
In this monologue.
Only one of me. Alone. By myself.
Right?
The last of the Sponge Hickens.
Did we just get a lore
Yo, that's crazy. Sponge Hickens?
drop? So I had to Google.
Out of the, I don't know. Is that like a? I don't know. I don't think that's a good last name. Not gonna lie. Hickens. Nah, not up there in my favorites.
Google this just to see if this was something that was brought up in the actual show, and I couldn't find anything. Which means that SpongeBob SquareNuts has its own canon. This could be like a darker, more adult timeline in the SpongeBob multiverse, which would explain why he looks like that.
Yo. What the
Luckily,
fuck?
SpongeBob is able to use some quick thinking to come up with a solution to his extinction problem.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's getting
Where the fuck did she come from? I need reasoning and logic. She just appeared out of nowhere. What kind of bullshit is that?
good.
With a solution to his extinction problem.
But no, legit, it just popped out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, it's getting good.
You want me to do what, SpongeBob?
Yo. Good impersonation. That shit was kind of fire. That shit was kind of fire.
Give me a sponge, baby, Sandy.
Alright, well,
How would that work? Good question, Past Monkey. I'll teach you right now. So practically, how sponges reproduce. So they do release sperm. They actually have their own certain kind of sperm, and they release their sperm into the water for another sponge to collect it, then fertilize it into an egg cell, and then from that egg cell it divides larva, and the larval settles into the surface of the ocean to create a new sponge. You know, yeah. Well, you learn something new every day. That's learning corner with Monkey. I'll catch you next. Learning corner with Monkey.
why does this actress sound exactly like Sandy?
You want
No.
me to do
No, they were giving a good Sandy impression. Like, love it or hate it, great Sandy impression, bro.
what, SpongeBob? SpongeNob.
Like, why is that the wildest part to me? The whole SpongeNob wanting a sponge baby is also up there.
Give me a sponge baby, Sandy.
Brother,
Speaking of which, I felt like the storyline was really believable in the context of SpongeBob until we got to this plot point. I could think of better reasons why these two characters would do things with each other. Like they...
I got a better plot point. So, karate, right? Since they're both into karate, right? SpongeBob opens up the scroll of at some point. It's like, damn, this scroll has ancient karate techniques I've never seen. Sandy, we gotta try them out. So then they try out this ancient karate techniques. The fuck? That's a way better plotline. That is a way better plotline.
They want to practice a forbidden karate technique or...
I swear to God, I've never watched this video. I swear on the Lord Jesus Christ, I've never watched this video. What the fuck? Oh my, yo. I'm insane. I'm actually insane. I'm insane. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, let's get to it.
Sandy's like doing an experiment that requires a specimen from SpongeBob, but I digress.
Right.
So we move on to some good commentary.
Yo, clap it up. That shit was fire. Clap it up. That shit was fire.
Of the problems in this plan that SpongeBob has laid out.
Well, I'm not totally opposed to having a baby with you, but I gotta tell you, eating our young runs in my family.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, even if that did happen, it'd still be okay. Because being indigestible runs in my family.
All of this, by the way, is true. They really did their research.
The fuck? What in the butt fuck?
But then we move on to the real big problem here.
Well, alright then, but how are we gonna do this? I mean, I can't breathe underwater.
And sadly, SpongeBob has a solution for this.
Well, lucky for you, Sandy, I'm a sponge. I'm filled with air.
Yeah, no, her face describes it. I'm not gonna lie.
So if you keep on sucking on me, you'll be able to breathe.
And this leads us into the action, but
Yo, who the fuck thinks of this shit? What the fuck?
not before we get one more meta joke.
Well, alrighty then, let's get her done.
You said that thing that unfunny comedian says.
And yeah,
What the fuck?
after this, I really can't show anything more.
Oh, wow.
I will
Don't ever do that shit again. Don't ever do that shit again, please.
say that they stay in character the whole time and have a couple more one-liners.
Wait till Mr. Krabs hears about this.
They also didn't paint a certain aspect of SpongeBob yellow, which surprised me. But that's about it for this parody. So
I mean, would you really want said yellow paint up in that area? Like, no, not really. So I don't blame him, honestly. So for health reasons, I'll let that pass. Let me think. Okay, so far, I'm not gonna lie, that's a solid 8 out of 10. In my books, it's a solid 8 out of 10. That's a solid 8 out of 10. Only things I can knock down were character design. Because that shit was just disturbing. That shit was really just disturbing. Nah. We'll give it 8.5. 8.5. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I understand you probably don't want to hear me say this, and I don't want to say this either. But you, if you're new, I need you to subscribe. The goal is 200 by the end of the year, and I want to complete that goal. So you, subscribe now, please. For the love of God, please.
We can now rate this bubble blowing bad boy.
Wow.
So in terms of overall feel, I feel like they did a pretty good job. The opening, the transitions, and the soundtrack all sound like they were straight from SpongeBob. While SpongeBob is definitely terrifying to look at, he does act like SpongeBob up until his solution to the problem. Sandy is unironically a good representation of the character from the costume, voice,
You know what? Problem. That as well. 8 o'clock. That's going back to 8. Let's go back to 8 because of the
just
problem.
how she acts.
One,
Now,
1 point for character design and then second point for the problem.
onto the scene.
Because the problem was kind of that. So.
Scenery. I get that it's all blue and they have like ocean objects in there to represent that they're underwater, but honestly I don't think it would have been that much more work to recreate SpongeBob's actual bedroom in the show, since I think that's where this is supposed to be taking place. So overall on feel, I'm feeling a 4. So for the storyline, like I said before, I think it really started off strong, but the setup really misses the mark. Like, I don't think SpongeBob would actually understand the concept of how to make a child. If I had to do one of those memes of like who knows about sex and who has it for SpongeBob, this is probably what it would look like. So with those memes of like who knows about sex and who has it for SpongeBob, this is probably
Okay, knows what sex is, fucks. Doesn't know what sex is, fuck. Doesn't fuck, knows what sex is. Doesn't know what sex is.
probably what it would look like. So with all that said, I'm gonna give the storyline like a 3.
I mean,
now finally for humor, I think this had a lot of good jokes, but none of them felt like SpongeBob jokes. A lot of the jokes here were funny, but they were just references to other media, which I think lands it in the strong 3 territory. So the final rating for SpongeBob SquareNuts is 3.33 bags of popcorn with a bonus kelp shake for the body horror. And with that, we can move on to our next parody.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Please be, it's not gonna be human on human. It's not gonna be human on human. I just realized. Oh, it's gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be so fucking bad. Please, for the love of God, please just don't. Oh, bro. GG's. That's all I can say.
This time we're looking at a parody of the popular show and game series, Pocket Monsters,
That's the
aka
longest one. It's the
Pokemon.
longest
Yet another one of my childhood shows
Gee
ready to
fucking
be
jeez.
ruined. And I got nothing else to say about it, so let's get into the parody, Strokemon. Once again, we are delighted to a parody of the opening theme. That being said, they didn't even really try to recreate the visuals, and the song just sounds wrong overall. It kind of sounds like someone asked an AI to make a not safe for work version of the Pokemon theme, so we can just skip ahead to the introduction of our characters and oh my god, what is that? What did they do to Pikachu? Look, the costumes were going great until that. Like, SpongeBob was horrifying in a funny way. This is just messed up.
Yeah.
Alright, panic attack aside, our introduction is the gang going from bedroom to capture Strokemon, which is the version of Pokemon in this universe. They then give us a little exposition of the entire world.
Strokemon trainer Gash and his friends Cock and Fisty and his trusted Strokemon Pikachu have won. Strokemon trainer Gash and
His hat is funny because it's a little.
his friends Cock and
And then his eyes are closed.
Fisty and his trusted Strokemon
funny.
Pikachu have wandered from bedroom to bedroom looking for some new Strokemon to catch.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
In this strange and sexy neo-Asian yet strangely slightly Asianless magical talking creature-filled pastel-colored Fury Road-like feature game.
They then run up on a Strokemon and Gash has the appropriate response to it.
What the fuckymon is that?
So we find out the Strokemon's name is... That's right, it even says his name, just like the actual show. So Misty, or Fisty, recommends Gash fights it with his Pikachu.
Gash, why don't you just send Pikachu in there to fight it?
What? No way, Fisty. I'll just whip out my Pikachu in public and wave it around all willy-nilly.
Honestly, I'm surprised that they have some morals in this show. I'm glad that Gash is against public indecency.
That's not what I hear.
Hey man, quit busting my Pokeballs, okay? That was a screening for 50 Strokes of Grey. What was I supposed to do, not masturbate?
Alright, never mind. Before they fight it though, Cock recommends to Gash that he should check what type of Strokemon it is using his Strokey Dex.
First I need to know what type of Strokemon that is before I figure out how I'm gonna capture it.
Better use your Strokodex.
Hey, that's a good idea, Cock. I will.
Please subscribe so I can get a VPN sponsorship. I could have really used it for this video.
Cock?
We then get the mandatory pop culture joke as expected.
Thanks, Strokey Dex.
Don't mention it, bitch.
He's been binge watching Breaking Bad on the Strokey Dex Netflix app.
Truthfully, I'm gonna have to call Saul to sue whoever made this for the distress that it's causing me right now.
What the fuck?
Alright. Stand back. I want to catch the Strokemon with my Strokey ball.
Why is it blue?
Because I haven't played with it in a while, that's why.
Boo! Boo!
Why?
Dika.
Never mind, that whole interaction just cured my depression. Now, I can't show the battle due to the representation of Squirtle in this universe, so just use your imagination. But it was really underwhelming, like they didn't even bother doing the old thing when he uses the Pokeball to catch the Strokemon. We do get some good commentary on the entire concept of Pokemon, though.
Oh, right. I just caught a new Strokemon.
You're really good at letting your Strokemon do all the work and then throwing a ball at what you want to capture, Gash.
Hey, Fisty, thanks a lot.
And finally, we get some real dialogue to humanize the character of Pikachu. Or Strokemonize, that, you know what.
Dika, Dika. Dika, Dika, Dika. Dika. Pikachu. Pikachu, Pikachu. Dika, Dika, Dika. Pikachu. Pikachu, Pikachu. Dika, Dika. Dika, Dika.
What did she say?
Oh, that I just have like a really big dick.
Anyways, it's time for the B-plot. Yep, there's a second storyline in this. So Cock all of a sudden is like, I'm gonna go check out this town's gym. And when Gash and Fisty say they want to take along, Cock gets really defensive.
That's a great idea, Cock. How about we all go with you? No! Today, Cock is going to enjoy some cock time.
It turns out Cock has an appointment with Nurse Joy at a gym.
I didn't think you were ever going to show up.
Yeah, but I finally came.
No, you haven't come yet. But you will. Now turn your head and cough.
And that's the B.
I'm not gonna lie.
But you will. Now turn your head and cough.
Yo, what the fuck am I watching?
And that's the B-plot. That's literally it. So we get back to Gash and Misty when the real villains show up.
What's happening?
Is this Team Rocket?
Dika.
I knew it.
Allow us to stroke-a-deuce ourselves.
To screw the world out of masturbation.
To make sex only about procreation.
If you want a taste of cum just for kicks.
Then you can eat a bag of dicks.
Jizzy.
Jams.
Team Cocket blasts off for the mole right.
Give up now or we'll fucking fight.
Don't be a bunch of pussies.
You know, I was thinking this whole time, how is Meowth gonna look in this? And that's not what I expected. That being said, I fuck with Jam very heavily.
Then you can eat a bag of dicks.
So
Jam is confi. Jam is confi. I'm not gonna lie.
we finally...
But I'm not gonna lie. That speech was kind of fire. Hey, the fact that they put the speech in, that's all I needed, bro. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Hey, intro was ass. Most of this was ass. I'm not gonna lie. This is not going where SpongeBob was. SpongeBob was fucking god tier compared to whatever the fuck this is.
We get to see Pikachu in action against Team Cocket. And I can't show it because Pikachu sprays fluids on them. And that's enough for Team Cocket to leave, but they don't even blast off. They just leave the room.
Dicks.
And we are finally at the setup for the action. And that's that Fisty wants to show appreciation to our hero. The problem is who she identifies as the hero.
Well, that was pretty brave.
It was nothing.
I know. I was talking to Pikachu.
Huh?
No.
Fisty wants to fuck Pikachu. But Gash is also welcomed.
Well, it seems like my hero and her sidekick deserve a hero's present.
Alright, I have to say, who sees this cute little creature and goes, I want to fuck that? Secondly, who is seeing...
They could have chose any other Pokemon. Genuinely, any other Pokemon. And I would have been like, no. I'm not going to say it. I would have been okay. But they could have chose any other Pokemon. Any decent, like, you know, sure, maybe, possibly. But Pikachu? Oh my god, that's so, like, why, bro? Ugh.
seeing this interpretation and still wants to do that. Look, man,
Like, that thing is actually...
I understand sexy cosplay, like that picture of Jessica Nigri as Pikachu from, like, 2010.
That's completely different, though. That is completely different. That's, like, nowhere near what the fuck that is.
And was probably a key moment in my sexual awakening. But come on now. Anyways, we move on to the stuff that I cannot show again. Now, originally, I was going to take away points because Gash did not put his hat backwards before the battle like he does in the anime. But luckily, he does it before he gets to the real action, so I guess that counts.
Oh.
Other than that, there's not that much else to talk about besides the fact that Dikachu stays in character the entire time, and that includes only saying Dikachu. And honestly, that's pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I wonder how this actress is breathing through all this, because as far as I can tell, her nose is covered, and even then, small nose holes aren't that great for breathing. Pretty soon, that one person from your high school who made running marathons their entire personality is gonna post a picture of them wearing this mask, training to improve their endurance. But anyways, let's rank this bad boy. Now, as far as overall feel, I know they have their own lore, but the only thing that really matches up with Pokemon are the costumes. Excluding Dikachu, of course. Like, it has an opening, but it barely sounds like the original, and they didn't even try for the visuals like the SpongeBob one. So overall, I'm feeling like a light 2 on this. Now, where it really shines is the storyline, because man, did they hit beat for beat what would happen in a Pokemon episode. We get a little story about them running into a wild Pokemon, and then Team Rocket shows up and they beat them. That's like every Pokemon episode ever. I'd hate to say it, but even the segue into the main part just makes sense for what they're trying to do. So I hate to say it, but I feel like I have to give it a 5 for the storyline. And finally, moving on to humor, once again, I think it did a really good job. It has a couple meta jokes about Pokemon, which are funny, and all the other jokes are essentially Pokemon puns. Also, most of the interactions between all the characters are just dumb funny. Honestly, I was going to give it a 4 for humor, but the more I talk about it, I just feel obligated to give it a 5. So all in all, Strokemon gets 4 tubs of popcorn and 2 blue Pokeballs for the most horrifying depiction of Pikachu I've ever seen.
Honestly, he may have given it a high ranking, but I'm not, because that shit was horrifying. Give it a solid 6. Not the worst, but not the best. Definitely not the best.
And now we can move on to the parody I've been looking forward to the most in this video.
What? Okay. Alright. How? How? What the fuck? How? How? Well, these chapters aren't even legit.
Now imagine being me doing some research for this video and you come across this image on Google. Of course you're going to click it. So this is a parody of the Lego movie called The Lego Movie, which is honestly probably the worst name out of the 3 that we looked at so far. But the title does not matter because that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the film, so let's get into it.
Cover everything in hot color.
So once again, we open up to a parody of the original opening, Everything is Awesome, and this one actually sounds exactly like the original. They even went all out with Lego visuals, which is awesome. If anyone knows who this guy is, please get me in contact with him so I can ask him how they got on this project. So after that, we open up with our first shot, which is a line-for-line remake of the Lego movie.
Everything is fucking awesome. Screw you, apartment.
Good morning, apartment.
Screw you, doorway.
Good morning, doorway.
Now it is slightly different, but we get a good explanation for why that is.
Hey, don't be offended. That's just the way we say good morning in a porno.
Also, I know you probably want to talk about the costumes right now, but let's wait until their other main character shows up. Now, I can't show this next part on YouTube, and it really pisses me off because it's great. Ramit takes a step and hurts his foot by stepping on toys for adults, if you catch my drift.
Ouch!
An obvious play on how much it actually hurts to step on a Lego in real life. Seriously though, why the fuck does it hurt so much to step on a Lego? It's up there in pains with like getting a small paper cut or the unexpected loss of a loved one.
What?
Ramit makes his way over all the toys to get to his copy of the magazine Barely Lego, which then leads to the introduction of our other main character.
She's built like a brick house playset.
Hey Ramit, what are you doing?
Why a pie hole?
Oh, try me, bitch.
But now we can move on to finally talking about the costumes. I am genuinely impressed how much work they put into making these two look like Lego figures on top of making them look like the actual characters in the movie. It really toes the line of being scary cursed and just funny cursed. Unlike Dikachu, who is just straight up cursed. Also, so far, I'm really fucking with the scenery. It's Lego all over, and the dude even has a Lego bed. So 2 thumbs up on the looks of this parody so far. Now let's keep following the storyline, because we're about to get some lore.
Ever since Lab Taco Tuesday, Dixburg has become a post-apocalyptic landscape. Sorta like Mad Max, except nobody's as pale as Tom Hardy.
I was not expecting something that heavy to be in this storyline, so I wonder how they're going to play into it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not jump ahead of dicks here. This is the first Lego movie porn parody.
Let's just concentrate on part 1, okay?
Screw you.
Oh, never mind. That's probably for the better. The thing that throws me off is that they say that this is the first one, which is implying that there will be more of them. I wonder if they're gonna have a post-credit scene like Marvel.
The age of
Anyways, we get a nice meta joke right after this.
So, what are we gonna do then?
Well, we're gonna make jokes about how the Lego movie was a 2-hour commercial for Lego and their licenses.
I'm not gonna lie, that throwaway killed me the first time I saw this. In my head, all I could think about was this being a real set and some adult trying to buy their kid their favorite Lego set and accidentally buying them this. But Grammet knows that there's one rule to the free market that will get people to buy this set willingly. And that's that sex sells.
Awesome brick and play set.
And then we'll use the word brick to replace all the other words. And then we will sex the whole thing up.
No words.
Oh my god.
And now it's time for the big plot point that's going to lead into our setup.
What's wrong, Grammet?
Well, I guess every other minifigure in Dixburg is special, except me.
So we're going the same way that the actual movie did, and that's that our main character isn't special. If you haven't seen the real movie, it turns out that the main character is special, but for this adult version, he's special in a different way.
Wait, what is that?
Oh my god.
Oh, this is just an interlocking piece. I assume every Lego figure comes with one of these. I've got tons of bat gadgets in my bat pants, but none of them are a bat wang.
I'm so glad they went out of their way to include Lego Batman in this movie, even if it was just a cutaway. That being said, I haven't seen the original movie in like a decade, but I don't remember this scene being in there.
I wonder what it does if I stroke it.
No. No. Stop that right now.
Whoa, brickadelic.
Look, as unnecessary as that scene was, I am glad that they included it. And luckily, Wild Piehole also enjoyed that scene.
You are special.
I am?
And I don't know why, but your pants craggle is making my hinge tile tingle.
We're falling in motion now, baby.
Wanna go down on Craggle Rock?
Save it for the Muppet porn parody. We need to figure out how the brick to use it.
But the problem, as established 30 seconds ago, is that they really don't know what they're doing. But luckily, they have a book waiting around to explain what to do, and it's called
50 Shades of Yellow.
Honestly, I wish I could just play this in full, because a mere mortal like me cannot explain it. There is one last thing they need to do before Grammet can get to it.
Are you ready for my minifigure?
Let's play a little good cop, horny cop.
Hold on, just one brick.
Okay.
Now then, why don't you get a little closer and check out this cone?
What?
There is one more scene before we can get into the non-showable part of this movie, and that's that it cuts to a person in real life making two Lego figures do the deed with each other.
No way.
Ooh, yeah, baby, yeah, ooh.
Which I thought was just funny on its own at first until I realized that this was an actual plot point in the Lego movie. Spoiler alert in case you haven't seen the first Lego movie, but the big plot twist is that everything happening in the movie is because a kid is playing with his dad's Lego set. The whole storyline is that the dad, played by Will Ferrell, is upset that his kid keeps mixing up the Lego sets instead of playing with them the way that they were intended to be. It's this whole thing about not stifling your kid's creativity, but we're not here for moral lessons. We're here to watch two people in fucked up Lego suits have coitus. So on to the not safe for work part. I'm sure you're probably wondering if they stay in costume the entire time.
There's no
well,
way
they keep the head parts on and they paint the rest of their bodies yellow. Everything else is the same as the ones before them. They stayed in character the whole time, but I am so upset that I could not show you the best part of this movie. So essentially, for the money shot, instead of doing a real one, they just throw white Lego bricks on this lady. It is such a glorious shot. It's Oscar worthy. And then after they're finished, they both get up and walk away going, ow, ow, ow. AKA a callback to the first joke. So honestly, we really don't need to talk about all the elements of this one because it's just a 5. And if you disagree with me, you can tell me in the comments.
Clap that shit up. Clap that shit up. That's a fat fucking 9.5. Now, what could they improve? Keeping the costumes on the entire time. Now, is that too much? Hell yeah. But could they do it? Possibly.
The set.
And if they don't have like the costumes on, the bricky ass costumes, they can at least have like the clothes under, you know?
Sets and costumes all say Lego on top of having an intro which just fits the source material. The storyline has actual elements from the original movie and does not stray that far to get to its setup. All the jokes are great and fit the source material on top of having meta jokes about the movie itself. So once again, I reiterate that this is a 5 out of 5. And with that, I think I've had enough pseudo-gooning for this one video.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it get worse? Please don't tell me it gets worse.
So what did we learn today? Most porn parodies are less porn and more just high quality shit posts. I am honestly very surprised the amount of effort.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, from what I learned today, yeah. And I'm not mad at it, because high quality shit posts, brilliant, bro.
That went into all 3 of these. And because of that, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Wood Rocket Studios, who produced all 3 of these films. Keep up the good work, guys. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Alright, see ya.
That shit was... Oh my... Not Nami!
I fucking failed at that.
No!
Wait till Mr. Krabs hears about this.
Cover everything in hot com.
Oh my god. Anyways, hey, that's it for today's video. That shit was fire.